Hi everyone! Today we are going to be learning how to translate a pattern. It's important to know the meaning of the word translate. Translate means to say it a different way. For example, if we're speaking of language, how would you translate hello into another language? You might say bonjour or hola. Translate means change to a different way. Keep the meaning the same, just say it differently. When we're talking about patterns in math, this means say or show the pattern rule a different way. Today we'll start by making patterns, determining their rule, and then showing them or representing them in a different way. I need to begin by making a pattern. I have some elements. I'll need to organize them or sort them before I can build my pattern core. I think an easy way to do this at the beginning would be to sort based on color. That is, color will be the attribute I pay attention to. Paying attention to color helps me organize my elements. I've made two groups, a yellow group and a red group, by paying attention to the attribute color. I'm going to call the yellow group A, and the red group B. Now it's time for me to build a pattern. When I build a pattern, I start by making a core. The core will be the part of the pattern that repeats again and again and again. I get to use the elements in my A and B group to create this pattern core. I can build it any way I want. Let's see. A, B, B. That will be my pattern core. Notice that yellow circles are given the letter A and red circles are given the letter B. That helps me state my pattern rule. My pattern rule is ABB. By following this pattern rule, I can copy my core again and again. A, B, B. It's important that I check each pattern core looks identical to the one that came before it. First, second, third, they match. ABB, ABB. Now I'll build it again. I'm out of B's. I've got an extra one over here. Great. Now I've built my pattern core 3 times. And each core is identical to the one that came before and follows the same rule, ABB, ABB, ABB. The rule is ABB. Now that we're learning how to translate, it's important for us to pay attention to the pattern rule. If we translate our pattern, we need to say the same core in a different way. So it's time to make a new pattern. My new pattern has to be the same as the old as long as it follows the same pattern rule. A, B, B. A, B, B. A, B, B. Now it's time to fill it in with elements. This time I won't be using yellow and red circles because I want to show the pattern a different way. Not the same as before. So maybe this time I'll use shapes. I'll use squares to represent A. And let's see, I'll need something else to represent B. I have some triangles. Notice that I did not sort the elements in this pattern before I began. I'm picking them out from a basket as I go. But you might find it helpful to sort your elements before you build your second pattern. Okay, let's have a look now. There are 2 patterns on this board. The question is, are these patterns the same or are they different? Your answer might be different, of course, because they look different. But the answer is no, they are actually the same. The reason these patterns are the same is because they follow the same pattern rule. They're both ABB patterns. ABB, 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 ABB. So even though the attribute changing in this top pattern is shape and the attribute changing in the bottom is color, making them look very different, they are in fact the same pattern because they follow the same pattern rule. This is how we translate a pattern. Translating a pattern means saying the pattern rule in a different way. Square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle is actually the same as yellow, red, red, yellow, red, red, yellow, red, red, because they follow the same pattern rule. We're just saying it a different way, or translating. Let's do another example. We need to start for our next one by sorting our elements. Let's see. This time, I'm going to use the shapes. My first pattern in the next example will be sorted according to the attribute shape. Let me organize my elements according to the attribute shape. I have a group of hexagons, a group of triangles, a group of diamonds. Now that the elements have been organized into groups based on the attribute of shape, I can build a pattern. It's important to start by making a core, then copy the core again and again. This time, I think my core will go, hexagon, triangle, diamond. That will be my core. I think it would be helpful though if I gave each of those groups a letter. That way when I write my pattern rule, it will be much easier. I gave all of the hexagons the letter A, and all of the triangles a B, and all of the diamonds a C. That's because each element in that group is the same, so they get the same letter code. Now I can write my pattern rule. A, B, C. It's time to copy the pattern core. A, B, C. And again. A, B, C. Those are all the extras. I'll take them off the board for now. I've made a pattern. I know it's a pattern because it has a core, and the core repeats again and again. Each core looks identical to the one that came before. The pattern rule is ABC. If I want to translate this pattern and say it a different way, I need to follow the same pattern rule, ABC. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. But this time, I'm not going to use the same elements. Maybe this time, let's see. This time I will use, I'll use color, but I'm hesitating because if I stick with the circles, there's only 2 color options, and I need 3 color options. So maybe what I'll do is yellow can be A, red can be B, and then orange orange can be C. And the attribute I'm paying attention to that's changing in this pattern will be color, not shape like it is down below. Let me repeat that pattern core. A, B, C. A, B, C. The question is the top pattern the same or is it different from the pattern underneath? You probably will say, oh, it's different because it looks different. But in fact, these two patterns are the same. They're translations of one another. The reason they are the same is because they follow the same pattern rule, A, B, C. Even though the top pattern is paying attention to the attribute color, and the bottom pattern pays attention to the attribute shape, they are the same pattern. Yellow, red, orange. Yellow, red, orange. Yellow, red, orange is the same as hexagon, triangle, diamond. Hexagon, triangle, diamond. Hexagon, triangle, diamond. This is how you translate a pattern. You determine the rule, using letters is helpful, and then you show it a different way and make sure you're following the same rule. I hope this has been helpful. Try and make your own pattern and then see if you can show it a different way. You don't necessarily need to use manipulatives or items. You could use sounds as well, or actions. For example, if you wanted to translate my pattern here using sounds, you could say moo, quack, woof, moo, quack, woof, moo, quack, woof. Or you could use your body. You could use actions, movements with your whole body. Be creative. Good luck with your translations, and we'll see you next time.